Hi, it's Gab.
And Max.
And we're reviewing the biggest movie of the summer, you might say of the year. In many ways, biggest movie of all time. I don't know. It is?
The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises. Of course, the third of the Batman trilogy, the Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale Batman trilogy, which we love. We love the first two movies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do better with your superhero genre than these Batman movies. So the third one, very exciting. We saw it opening night, and what did you think?
Really good.
Awesome movie. It's the last one for Nolan and for Bale as Batman, and for me it was like a really satisfying conclusion, story-wise, spectacle-wise. I got kind of choked up at the end. We're not going to spoil anything, spoiler-free review, but I really got the emotions going. What were your favorite parts?
Well, obviously, all the action.
You're the action man, and this is a good action movie. There's some really good scenes, right? Like,
yeah.
Describe a scene, name a scene that you thought was, like, really cool action.
Well, when, like, all these policemen were versing all these prisoners.
Yeah, it was like a big riot, a big battle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of fist action. I mean, there's Bane. Let's talk about Bane. I mean, he's the villain, and he is, like, physical. He is a scary dude to be reckoned with, and so there's a lot of fist pounding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course there's action like with the Batmobile. There's a cool new plane thingy, and even the very first scene with the airplane and what they did with that. You've seen the clips and you've probably seen the movie by now. Just a lot of scenes like so well executed, right? Like where you're just like, And then at the end, there's a bomb, and I was like, you know that feeling when you're like, oh, what's going to happen? Did you have that feeling?
Kind of.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to have at the movies, and I definitely had that feeling at the end. So the action was really good.
Yeah.
A lot of that is special effects, but the special effects are not like zoom, zoom, like oh my god, there's a special effect. Like it's done in a way where it almost looks real, right?
Yeah.
So really good special effects because you can't even really tell that they're special effects. So I like that a lot. It wasn't in 3D, which is cool. But we saw it on the big screen, the big sound. The sound was really good.
Yeah, I like the sound.
What were some other things you liked about it?
Other things.
We were saying there was funny lines, right? Like
there's some funny.
We were laughing quite a bit. Batman has some good lines. Bane has some good lines. You know, just those one-liners that make you chuckle. But you know, because we know the character Batman and Alfred and some of these characters that we've really sort of grown and followed and care about, you know, when they have those little zingers that sort of refer to the past movies and the other things that you know, I love that. So, really nice, the characters, we like all the characters.
Yeah, I like the characters.
Now, how were you with the story? Were you able to understand everything?
Yeah, I was understanding. Sometimes you got some characters mixed up a bit, but I understood the story.
That's good. I understand what you mean by little mix-up. I mean, you really have to know and remember the things that happened in the other movies, and you have to keep track of you know, who's who and the different names and things that people have done in the past, so that you understand why they're doing things that they're doing in this movie. And that's why the stakes are really there for a lot of these characters. So I think that's great that you were able to follow the story. It's not that it's a complicated story, but there's a lot going on. And that's what makes it great. It's long, it's almost 3 hours, but you don't feel like, oh my god, like did you feel like did your butt get numb?
No.
No, you're too busy eating candy and popcorn, right? So it's a long movie. You gotta like commit, you gotta be there and just get absorbed in it and just let it take you away. And I really felt like it took me into that world, and it, like I said, it tied up for me the story because it's going to be the last one. They'll probably do new Batman movies maybe in a few years, and I almost in a way don't want them to, because I love the Batman the way that he is in these movies.
Yeah,
but I was really satisfied with the story, and so it was everything that I really hoped for. Was there anything that you didn't like?
Well, the kissing, obviously.
He loves his action and he hates his romance. There's a little bit of the kissy stuff, not a lot, right? But I know you don't like that. I mean, it's not really a kids' movie. It is more for grown-ups, and grown-ups like a little bit of kissy. But that was okay. I mean, you closed your eyes, put your head in the popcorn. Anything else that you didn't like?
No, not really.
No. I was so-so on Catwoman, I have to say. I was a bit dubious going in. I'm not a huge Anne Hathaway fan. That's the actress who played Catwoman. And I couldn't really see how Catwoman was really going to be vital to this story. And I can't say that I was entirely sold on her, although I think that in some ways she did quite a good job. The story, some parts had a little tiny weaknesses here and there. Some of the connections didn't quite add up for me, but I can pretty much let them slide. There wasn't anything terrible, plot hole-wise or story-wise that I can really wag my finger at. So I'm going to let those go, and I'm going to let Catwoman, I'll give her a pass too. And that was for me were my only weaknesses. And you didn't have anything else you didn't like? Anything you want to warn kids about, scariness or anything like that? It's a bit violent. There's some violence. Bane he's a bad dude.
Well, yeah.
But you liked him.
Yeah, I liked him.
He's a good bad dude. Yeah, this is a scary guy. The physicality and when he talks, I mean, you may not understand everything he says, but you're going to listen. Like, he means business. He has no mercy, right? So I like that. I mean, Batman met his match, or did he? But he seemingly meets his match with Bane. And it's kind of cool to see Batman get beat up. It's a bit sad, but it's also kind of like, wow, Batman can get beat up. You know what I mean? That sort of makes you think, if Batman can get beat up, then I'm in trouble. Oh, show me your shirt. Yeah, Max is a big Batman fan. I was really happy to go see this with you, and we've seen all of them together, and it's been a fun time.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming with me. Anything else you want to say about Batman? We'll miss you, Batman. Not going to spoil the end. Maybe he'll return, maybe he won't. I'm not going to say, but these Christopher Nolan Batman films, love them. So how many Maxes?
I think I'll give it 4.5.
4.5 Maxes.
Actually, no, 4 3/4.
4 3/4 Maxes. Well, I'm going to give it 4.5 Gabs. Because I just, I loved it, and just those few weaknesses I mentioned. But I think that's the best I've given a movie this year and for a while. And that's the most I've enjoyed a movie in a long time. This is a movie. This is a superhero movie. And the three together,
Actually, I think that's the highest you ever gave something.
For a while, if ever? I don't remember. We'll have to look back in the records. But for now, this year, and for Batman, 4 3/4, 4.5. We recommend it. You've probably seen it. If you're not, you got to. And I hope you enjoyed as much as we did.
Bye.
Bye.